So then we can start. 1 minute late. Okay, that's fine. So welcome everyone. Thanks for joining XFluence and our very first live event. Very happy to have you, and hope we will spend an interesting around about 45 minutes. That's the plan. So let's see. Yeah, I'm Kai. I'm German. I'm sitting in Germany while I'm living, and I'm working very soon in Belgium, actually in 1 week. And I'm one member of XFluence. And with me are 2 more members, and I will hand over to introduce themselves. Sarah?
Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sarah. I'm from Spain, but I'm living in Munich, Germany, so where I'm working since already, I don't know, 9 years. And Fabian?
I am Fabian Buckley. I'm a South African. I'm currently working in Chennai, Tamil Nadu, and I'm a proud member of XFluence as well. Thank you.
Great. Yeah, actually we are 5 team members so far, but for some reasons our Chinese member, so Ibo, he cannot join us today, and same applies to Bruce. He's from Alabama in the United States. So these 2 will certainly join one of our next events, but not for today. So it's the 3 of us. So a formal advice, this session is recorded, is it? Yes, it is. So to make it available also to the ones that cannot join. So just that you are aware, and if you continue participating, then we assume that you accept this. So anyhow, you are on mute, nobody can see you, just let's say maybe whatever you put into the chat. Yeah, so at any time you can put your comments and questions, especially your questions, in the chat. We will come back to the chat either here on Zoom or on YouTube. Applies to both. We will review the chat for some interesting questions at the end. So we will do a little bit of, let's say, presentation or sharing part, and then at the end we will address your questions. If you have some of them, just put them in the chat, and then we will come back to that. If time is running out, we will answer the questions then later on our website, www.thexfluence.com. And also at the end, we might have an extra for you. But as I said, at the end. So that's a cliffhanger. Yeah? So yes, that's a cliffhanger. We're just trying some things. It's a new event. Yeah? So let us do a cliffhanger. Okay, so why are we having this session today? Well, basically, we want to introduce to you why XFluence is existing. So what is it? What is it about XFluence? And also why everybody of us is part of XFluence. And we tried to do the same already on the various social media channels and on our website, but we felt that doing this in writing is all a little bit clumsy and not so nice and a little bit difficult, but because I think the part of the emotions and feelings and maybe the passion is a little bit missing when you do this in writing, as much as we have worked on that. And that's why we said, okay, let's do this in a nice Zoom meeting or YouTube live broadcast, and maybe that will make things a little bit easier and clearer. And why we are doing it today on the 30th of December, well, we couldn't wait until, let's say, next year. We wanted to conclude this, on the one hand, difficult year for all of us, but on the other hand, also a very interesting year for XFluence, for all of us, with this great milestone for us. Yeah? So the very first event, and that's why we're doing it today. And thanks again for joining. Okay, so let's start with a little piece about, so why is XFluence existing? Sometimes when we ask for why is something existing, for example, the planet Earth, we go back to the Big Bang and try to explain something around that. And that's why we thought, let's talk about the Big Bang of XFluence. And it happens that it's actually also my individual personal Big Bang. And I have a special date, a specific date for it. It is the 12th of June, 2014. So it's around about 6.5 years ago. And it happened that I was sitting in a coaching class in London. Some lucky circumstances made me traveling to London and sitting there on the 12th of June on day number 1 of the 2-day workshop, coaching for dummies. No, it was coaching for performance level 1. And so the very basics was nothing around safety, was just a coaching class. And it took maybe an hour or 2, and I was shocked. But in the most positive sense, as you can be shocked. I was shocked about what coaching skills, when applied to me, are doing with me, creating awareness and thinking and thoughts that I've never ever done before. I was shocked about what I can do with other people when just applying the first simple coaching skills, and how grateful they are that I do something with them. And that was an amazing feeling. And I was at the same time also shocked about why such a beautiful thing exists that is so unknown, not only to me, but as I learned afterwards, to so many people, or at least so undervalued. So all in all, it was a tremendous experience. And part of being there was also that we were looking for something, what we can do in safety, what is the next step and so on. And I then had the joy and opportunity to work on the transfer of these beautiful skills in the safety area. So how can they work in safety? So because I thought it cannot be all just teaching the people, blaming people, punishing people, retraining the people, one-way dialogue, monologues again and again and again. Isn't there something else? And it turned out to be really beautiful and refreshing for safety. That's how I experienced it when I did it myself. And also when receiving feedback from others, how well it really works and how much they enjoy it, because it brings back humanity into the workplace and in the safety arena. And and it had a great impact on whatever behavior, culture, style of leadership, and so on. And at the same time, I had the pleasure also then to further spread coaching skills in trainings, trained nearly 500 people in virtual and face-to-face classrooms, and some of them together with Sarah, which I enjoyed very much. And as it turned out, we were lucky enough to create some other big bangs in other people. Another gentleman is sitting here. I just seen this picture. And they reported, let's say, these trainings as sometimes life-changing, eye-opening, or at least inspiring. And but at the same time, I asked myself, over the last 6.5 years, and I only found the answer just recently, how can it be that it took 45 years of my life that I can come across this magic? Why couldn't I have learned this, let's say, 10 years ago when I became department head for the first time, or 25 years ago when I started working, or 30 years ago when I started studying at the university? And it took me, at that time, I was 45 years of age to come across this. And just recently, when I attended the class of Tim Galway, one of the godfathers of coaching, and he was introducing us to the, Sarah also, to the 3 levels of awareness. And I think that fits quite well to our piece here. Level number 1 of awareness we learned is, these are the things you know that you know them. You are aware that you know them. So, for example, I know how to drive the car. So that's the first level of awareness. I know things that I know. Second level is, I know things that I don't know. So, for example, I know that I can't play the piano. That's also my level of awareness. I know things that I don't know. I could choose to learn them, but I don't. And for a very long time, I thought that's all in life. I know everything. I know the things I know, and I know the things that I don't know. So easy it is. But as it turned out, there's a third level, and there was coaching. These are the things where you don't even know that you don't know them. I didn't even know that I don't know what coaching is, because I thought, I like coaching. I know what coaching is. I know that's a nice chat. That's, certainly not be rude. That's certainly, let's say, being a little bit nice to people, explain them in a calm way, in a patient way. That's coaching. But as it turned out, I was totally wrong. At that time, I didn't know that I don't know what coaching is. That's the blind spot in our life, I think. And I think in this area, there is the magic. Whenever something comes across, maybe we have the choice to grab them and say, hey, I don't know anything about it, but I go into it and I choose to learn something about it. Something made me sit in this coaching class. I don't know exactly why I accepted going there, but then suddenly I had the access to the unknown. And then only I learned something that really tremendously changed my life. And so this is the invitation to all of us to, let's say, go into these unknown areas and grab the things and be honest to ourselves that there are many things that we can't know about. We might assume we know something, but very often we don't know exactly. And some magic might happen. So this is my big bang. This is basically when also XFluence started, not known, but at hindsight, I know that was day number one of XFluence. And the reason why XFluence exists, the only reason and the major reason is we want to create more of these big bangs. And maybe in a few years, you, whether you're alive here or you're looking at the record, you will look back at the 30th December 2020 and you would say, I had my big bang exactly on that day. So that's a little bit of introduction to XFluence and why we're here. And now we want to listen to the other members and start with Fabian. As long as his Wi-Fi and internet is working.
As long as I'm Thank you, Kai.
To share with us why he's part of XFluence.
Oh, why I'm part of XFluence. I'm going to tell a bit of a story, if you don't mind, on mine. I got a few minutes. So, yeah, so I attended a training workshop or a coaching workshop, let me rather use the right term, with Kai in February of this year. And the same experience that Kai mentioned now is what I've experienced as well. Within the first hour or so, I was already bitten by this concept, by something that was fresh, innovative, and just so exciting to be part of. You know, it was a full day session, 2-day session, but I was excited for every minute of that day. And it's something that I always will look back to as my big bang, if I can put it in that scenario for myself of how it all started on my side. And obviously from that, looking into safety coaching, going deeper into it, doing some self-studying, watching a couple of TED Talks, reading a couple of books. So really delving into it, and it just blew my mind when I started truly understanding what safety coaching or coaching in itself firstly is about, what it's about, what it entails, and how powerful it can be and the impact that it can have. And I've seen it firsthand for myself after the coaching sessions and rolling it out in the yard with our guys, with the teams. And it's just snowballed into a whole lot of positivity and a lot of good reports. And we can see the difference amongst the workers. I mean, you know, just taking that few minutes out of your day, your busy day, to have a dialogue with one of the workers, talk to them about their day, talk to them about safety, and that one-to-one approach is so I'm saying it as a game changer, because it's something that we're not used to seeing on most sites, especially a client coming to talk to the workers and things like that. So for me, it blew me away, and I'm bitten. And then obviously from Kai, he sends us an email a few months later on his ideas and what he's been thinking about and what he's been feeling about. And I agreed with him from the onset. I mean, we've been doing safety incorrectly for many years. And instead of complaining about it, we've agreed to join forces and to try and do something about it and to spread the I'm going to call it the good word. I won't say the gospel of safety coaching, but the good word of safety coaching, and how it can impact companies and individuals' lives. It's a powerful tool. Once you know it, once you've learned it, you don't want to use anything else. I'll be honest. For me, it's a tool in a safety professionals toolkit, and not only safety professionals, it's across the board. To have a strong tool like safety coaching in your toolkit is tremendous. So that's it from my side and why I've joined XFluence. So happy to be with the team, and yeah, wish many years to come on a lot of positive things that we can do together, and obviously with our members as well. Thank you.
Great, Fabian.
Thanks, Kai.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Good. Sarah.
Yeah, that's my turn. Huh? So I will just share with you why I'm part of XFluence. And my story starts already more than 4 years ago, in 2016, when I have participated in my first safety leadership workshop. That was for me the first time, so something new when I say that coaching has a space into safety. So it was the first time for me that I say, okay, I couldn't imagine that coaching can have any kind of relationship or can be applied in safety. So in my job, in my business, so I'm working more than 17 years in safety. And that was for me the first time that I see something a little bit different. But it was just more than a little bit 1 year ago when I decided to go a little bit deeper. I thought that there is a lot of potential there. There is a lot of things which can be interesting. And I just started my learning in coaching to get certified as a coach. But actually I was wrong. So it was not just interesting. It was for me a discovery. During the last year, I have seen the magic, the benefits, the impact that coaching had on me personally, also my job as a safety professional, and even in the other people where I have been coaching on. That was so amazing that I was sure that was for me the beginning of something. I was not sure about what, but it was the beginning. That could not be a stop there, and I needed to do something more. I didn't spend too much on exploring what could be this next step. It was more a feeling that I thought. But it was in that time when one day on 29th of August, Fabian just called me after the first meeting with XFluence, even without any name for XFluence at that time. That was just the meeting that Kai organized to say, hey, let me share with you an idea. I was not invited, but just Fabian just called me after that and say, hey, Sarah, we had a meeting now with Kai. He was talking about this idea, and we are part of it. And we have a lot of things in our mind to continue and growing and spread our motivation with others. Then I start saying, okay, I have to be there. I have to be part of this group. So I cannot imagine that this group was created and I was not there. It was like a sign for me, no? And then I start thinking, okay, what should I do now? For one side, I was thinking, okay, Sarah, calm down, wait for Monday. Today is Saturday. We can wait for the Monday, and then Monday you can approach Kai and just ask, no? Be direct, honest, and just ask a question and just share what you want and that you would like to be part. But 2 minutes later, it was like, I cannot wait until Monday. I need to do it now. And I just sent a message. It was like, okay, what could be wrong? Nothing could be wrong when you are honest. And I just sent a message to Kai, just saying, I know about that and I want to be there. And then we had a conversation, and it was when Kai just asked me, part of other things, but came the question, okay, Sarah, just let me know what does coaching mean for you? And then it was like an explosion in my mind. So I just started telling and sharing with him all my thoughts, my feelings regarding coaching, all that I have experienced during the last year. It was a lot of work for me, a lot of effort, but a lot of learnings as well, a lot of feelings. I had the lucky experience of coaching other people, of exploring the benefits and the impact that we can have with that. That I don't know how long I was talking. I don't know, Kai, maybe you can tell me one day, but I have the feeling that I was talking like more than 10 minutes. Yeah, I can say that after that, I think I was already in the group. Of course, with the agreement with the others, would I meet already and talk about it, but I was at that moment part of this group, and that was the day when we start all together with a lot of energy, motivation, passion to really create what we are presenting now to you. That time there was not any name at all, and now it's XFluence, and we are just continuing with a lot of all of this energy on really make XFluence something good and something big.
Great.
Thanks, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. And actually, we are happy that after our first meeting, she joined, huh, Fabian, aren't we?
You can thank me later, Kai.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, fantastic. Well, final piece, why am I part of XFluence? And why I'm part of XFluence is because I was coached. I was coached by a group of participants in one of my workshops, or our workshops. I think Sarah was also there. It was one of the first virtual workshops we did in the somewhere in July, must have been. And part of this workshop is an exercise which we call the coaching sandbox. That's where the participants, all 12 participants we have usually, are asked to coach the facilitator, in this case me, on a real topic. And they have to ask them powerful questions. And so they practice their coaching skills all together. And I was the coachee, and I have to present a real topic, a challenge. Yeah, exactly. And we do this, and we indicate, yes, that was good coaching or not, and so on. Right, Fabian, you remember. And I have to present them a real topic, and they need to coach me on it. I presented them a topic, and that was, I want to make safety coaching big. I felt that it deserves even more than just in our organization and so on to grow there, but it should grow bigger. It should be something really relevant in the area of occupational health and safety. And that was the challenge. And within 15 minutes, they coached me through. So they asked me powerful questions. Obviously, they helped me clarify the objectives. What do I really want? They helped me to become aware of the situation. What am I struggling with? What have I tried? What did not really work? What do I think needs to change? They helped me identify some options. So they did a nice brainstorming. And finally, they helped me. They didn't tell me anything. So that's the important part. Yeah. So they didn't they didn't intervene, and they didn't think they were clever enough to have the solution for me, but they helped me to find my way. And that's the interesting piece. And that's when it really works, as you see. And they helped me to identify the first action. And the outcome was, I cannot do this. I do not want to do this on my own. I want to bring together a couple of people which I trust, where I feel they have the same crazy mind, the same passion. Unfortunately, I forgot Sarah, but I found Fabian was there, and Bruce and Hugo, and Sarah then joined later on. And these are the couple of people that helped me to realize my dream, to work on my dream. Now we are doing this together and working on our dream. And this happened just because of coaching. By 12 apprentices in coaching. They had just done half a day of coaching, and they helped me make a great step forward on something that I was thinking of, I think 2-3 years without any progress. But then there was this coaching opportunity, and here we are. Yeah. Good. So we now approach the section with our questions. Just to kick this off, maybe you can think of some question that you can put into the chat, dear participants, either on YouTube. I think Fabian is watching the YouTube, and Sarah is watching the Zoom. And maybe you have a question for us. anyhow, to kick this off, we have prepared some 3 questions, frequently asked questions. So we didn't want to hire somebody, a dummy, and asking questions and doing as if he was interested. Oh, that's not. Yeah. So we are very honest. When there are no questions, there are no questions. But we have received some questions during the past couple of, let's say, weeks. We are not so old that we can talk about really months. We just named them the frequently asked questions. So, and 3 of them we want to answer, and maybe then if you have, we come to your questions. So the first question is mine. What does the X stand for? So this was top question. Yeah. So very soon when XFluence was out there, the name, very soon the question came, what does the X stand for? And I could tell you a nice story now, but to be honest, we didn't think about the X. We didn't design the X in the name. We didn't think about the meaning of the X. The X was just there in the name. We thought it was a nice name, somehow fancy, somehow crazy, somehow a little bit modern, X, of course. And only after we decided on the name and we received these questions a couple of times, we thought about what is the X. And now we found an explanation. So of course the X is, as usual, is, let's say, the X factor. Yeah, and the X factor, we call it the X factor for your safety program, is a special quality. Yeah, when you say somebody has and something has an X factor, that's a special quality. So what are our special qualities? What do we think? First of all, it's our pure focus on people rather than on systems. So we are not the ones that deal at all with procedures, golden rules, life-saving rules, zero harm, whatever. There are, let's say, whatever areas, platforms who can do this maybe much better. That's not our thing. I think we also think that, well, there is not so much improvement possible in this area, but where we think that a lot of improvement is possible and needed, especially in the safety area, is this human side of safety. We have to deal with people, we have to lead people, and so far safety is very much dealing with the safety with the people problem. So if only the people were not there, safety would be great. So something like that. And when something goes wrong, very often the people did something wrong. So the injured ones, and there is so great things out there in the world that can help us in safety when we just focus on this one. Second is we also want to critically review the usually applied safety practices for its effectiveness. So we want to critically look at what's going on. So for example, do toolbox talk really have to be toolbox talks like they are? So boring. So one way communication, masses of people standing there every day and just listening to somebody 10-15 minutes and not understanding a word, or every day the same. Do incident investigation always have to be in this way that we blame people, or we just do it very superficially, and so on. All these instructions, these trainings have to be like they are, training, retraining, training people to death, always the same, all the things that they know already, but not addressing the real things, the real interferences, the real things that make our people behave as we behave. And third, and most importantly, when we talk about coaching, we really mean professional coaching. One aspect in why coaching is so undervalued and unknown for its magic and beauty is that there's a lot of confusion about this term. Look at all the sports coaches, the football coaches. They are drill instructors. Only very few are real applying coaching, like Pete Carroll, the coach of the Seattle Seahawks, who was a close friend of Tim Galway, and he learned what is really coaching. But others they are coaches, but they are not doing coaching. But what we are doing, we are following ICF standards for coaching. We have been trained in coaching. by professional organizations, by, let's say, schools of Sir John Whitmore and Tim Galway. And coaching is not just a nice chat. Coaching is a discipline that you can learn, and which is not always nice, which is challenging and beautiful. That's the X. That's our X factor. Okay. Second question is, what is it? Coaching and safety coaching. And that's Sarah.
Yeah, that's a little bit more information to what you just described, Kai. So coaching is already known. So the people, we are used to hear coaching in many areas. And the same with safety. Now, safety is a very common word. But when we put these two words together, sometimes it will create a confusion. So people are not pretty sure what does it mean. So, okay, I know safety, I know coaching, but both together is like my example when I said I couldn't imagine after 17 years that coaching have a space into safety. So if we take the time of coaching poorly, the definition is just unlocking people's potential to maximize their own performance. And with coaching, we just help them to learn rather than teaching them. And that's exactly what we want to do in safety. If we transfer this definition into safety, we can say that we believe that every person has the potential to do the job safely. And we are just with coaching help them to explore such potential. We are stopping to telling and teaching all the time about things that maybe they already know. Of course, trainings are needed, but there are some things that we are giving training about things that are already known. So people have heard that already many times. And if they are doing the things unsafe, it's not because they don't know such rules. So with coaching, we will help them to explore that. We will help them to see, to know what's important for them. How can they do their job in a safely way? So we start listening to them. We start asking questions. We make them feel much more responsible about their own actions. And that will make them feel at the same time cared for. They will feel much more safe on the way of taking responsibility of any new action, of taking care of others. So that will help to create a better safety culture just by asking some questions, just by using coaching. And it's not just asking questions, it's a combination of an attitude, it's a combination of mindset, some behaviors. So we will believe that they are full of potential. We believe that they can do the job safely. So we see the person as the solution for everything and not as a problem. We don't see that the persons are the one who are creating the incidents. We see the persons that they are the one who can create or avoid any incident in our business, in our organization. And this belief is what make this safety coaching so powerful, is what makes that so positive and so great that we are creating XFluence, because we believe on that, and we have seen that, and we know that we can transfer these skills of doing coaching and safety to help us to create a much safest workplace to be and to work. And this is, as I say, this is what all the combination of all of these things is what makes coaching so powerful into safety. And this is how these both terms fix together. And this is just the definition, and this is, I would say, the base of what we are doing.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Great. Very good. It sounds nice. I think I haven't heard this better before. Nice. Fabian, third question is for you. So so what are we actually doing? What are we offering XFluence? So just share with us.
Okay, this is a lot of information, so bear with me, but I'll try and be as brief as possible. So obviously, we're planning on offering live online classes or webinars, which we're going to be doing, where you're going to enjoy a fresh shot of information. It's going to be very informative and interactive, where you're going to dive into the fantastic world of safety coaching, and you're going to learn from other safety leaders as well. So that's one of the areas that we're going to be focusing in. What we're offering is our live online classes. We're also going to be having podcasts and video casts. This is where we're going to have a deep dive into the various fascinating topics, such as safety coaching, culture and leadership, psychological safety, safety differently, and much, much more exciting topics. And obviously, we're going to be utilizing real experts and experienced practitioners when we're having these events. So yeah, these are some exciting times and things that we're going to be dealing with. The next is safety coaching and leadership training, which is going to be done as an online process. Obviously, once we're allowed to have face-to-face, then we will be conducting the face-to-face trainings as well. This is where you're ready to become a great safety leader and a coach. That's what it's all about. We will have our online trainings done both practically and theoretically by one of our trained coaches. And in addition, we are working on an option to provide e-learning training as well, where you can self-learn and obviously learn some great safety coaching techniques, which will be web-based as well as through a mobile application as well. Next up, we have also a very exciting offer or package that we're going to be having, or process, as XFluence huddles. This is just basically where we get to hang out and practice as coaches, fellow coaches, those that want to learn from the more experienced coaches as well. So we'll have breakout sessions, etc., where people can just practice on how to be coaches and how to go through the process as they learn it. Next up, we're going to have is blogs as well. If you haven't seen our website, you can go check it out. There's already an active blog where you can log in as well. So this is where we plan on sharing articles pertaining to these great topics, specifically looking at around safety coaching as well as one of the key factors, where we are also allowing others to author articles as well on our blog, obviously with yours permission, where it can be shared for others to read them as well. And then we're also obviously sharing great animated and scripted videos like the Toolbox Talk video that we've been posting out. If you haven't checked it out, please check it out on our website and also on the YouTube channel. I think it's also been posted on Facebook as well, Kai, if I'm not mistaken. But that's some of the great stuff that we've already started doing. Sharing animated and short scripted training videos as well is another area that we want to focus on, where we obviously focus a lot on safety coaching techniques and how to develop our coaching skills in these areas. So this is what we're currently offering, and we're working on much, much more. There's much more exciting projects as well in the near future. We will keep you all posted closer to the launch of these other offerings and products. So stay tuned. Thank you very much.
Great. That was a tough job, Fabian.
Tell me about it.
Good. Thank you. Okay, so these were the three questions, three frequently asked questions. Do we have anything in the chat? Not yet.
Not yet in Zoom.
Okay.
We're very clear with information.
Thank you.
Just a lot of hellos.
That's nice.
Hello.
Okay. Good. So then we don't want to overstress this. Very good. Then we come to an end, right, guys? Okay, good. So thank you very much for joining. It was a pleasure. I don't think it was too bad. I want to close with an invite to follow us if you're not already there on social media, whatever, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You will find XFluence very easily on our website, www.thexfluence.com. And now we're coming to the extra. If you subscribe as a member, if you haven't already, we will share with you, and you will do this by the end of, let's say, January 2nd. We will share with you the script that we had for today. So we did a little bit of preparation with some, let's say, extra material around the things that we were talking about. So the definition of coaching, the 3 levels of awareness, and we thought also interesting, a list of recommendations for further readings or websites to visit so that you can dive deeper into the coaching topic and the safety coaching topic, as long as, let's say, XFluence is preparing their offer for trainings. Yeah, so there is a lot of stuff out there where you can, let's say, start looking at and prepare yourself, and very easily, let's say, start with the very first things in your very next toolbox talks. Maybe set yourself the target to ask 2 questions. That would be a fantastic start instead of talking only. You can become a member on our website. You will find the lounge over there. So this is where all the members meet. You can talk to each other, share whatever experiences, ask questions. And if you sign up as a member, we will send you the extra as a first little extra that we can offer. I think that's it, isn't it?
There's one question that popped up there from Mario. Is there a fee to join XFluence?
Is there a fee to join XFluence? Okay, I cannot answer yet, but we will find out. Yeah, let's say basically we learned a hell of a lot during the last months and weeks. Around whatever social media website that was for all of us the first experience. I know about RSS feeds, but I don't know exactly how this works. But Mario, we will take care of that. Okay, that's it.
I think we have another question. Give me a moment. Can you, so for Fuad, can you coach groups, or it is only individual related? What role does trust play in this context?
Do you want to answer, Sarah?
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually a good question. What we have done until now, we want to do also in some of these workshops, webinars, not the webinars, but the trainings. So it can be in a group. We can teach how to coach in a group. Coaching session itself, it must be individually. It's something that we not offered yet. We are maybe considering, and maybe we will do later on. So to coach someone as a coachee, it must be something individual, because it's the other person, the ones who has to find a goal, who has to find their own way of doing things. If we talk as a group, we are thinking about how to tell the people, to teach them, and to make them experience how to coach, how to use coaching in the organization, how to use coaching into safety. So there are 2 different things. Is that, I'm not sure if I answered your question, for. Is that okay? Or maybe Kai, Fabian, do you want to add something?
No, I think you answered it perfectly. It's obviously that we can train groups, which is what our main focus area would be, is on the groups. Your second question pertaining to what role does trust play in this context? Obviously, the trust factor is very important for any relationship to function. There has to be trust. And even if you read Clyde Lloyd's book as well, he speaks quite a lot about trust, and we will ensure that this is a factor within our training as well. That's one of the key elements that we will be addressing within the leadership components of it, because without trust, the workers will never participate or even listen to whatever you have to say. So trust is a very, very important component of the leadership part that we will be focusing on as well.
Yeah, trust and care is key. And the nice thing about coaching is that we believe by doing coaching, by exercising coaching, by having a coaching style, a leadership style of coaching, for example, you demonstrate care and you create trust. Because, but just by asking the first question out of curiosity or fascination, what does it do? It creates trust.
Excellent. There's a few more questions, Kai, if you want to tackle them or if you want to close, but we can also answer them later. There's a question from Mario again. Is there a structured program to achieve some kind of certification as a safety coach?
Not yet, but we will have it.
We're working on it, yes. Okay.
Exactly. So that's basically the key. So that's something we are working on to design our training program in modular basis and to provide certification. Yes, right.
Excellent. Okay, I don't think there's any more questions.
Okay, good. So if there are, and if you have some other question, just you know where you can reach us, email or whatever, various channels. So thank you very much. It was a cool event, Mario. Thank you very much, and to all of you who joined it. And well, we wish you a happy new year, and may 2021 be your year.
Yeah, thank you very much, all of you.
Thanks.
We hope it can definitely not be worse than 2020. Thank you.
Take care. Happy New Year.
To all of you the same. Thank you. Happy New Year. Bye.